Hi, my name is Laura Bedell, and I'm the founder of Bedell Accounting. We are a virtual accounting firm, and we focus on small businesses, helping them with their financial compliance, but really about helping them make smarter financial decisions. So Ledger was launched at the exact right time of my business. We were struggling with how to handle the one-off clients who did their own financials in a spreadsheet format and were really only coming to us for tax returns. Plus, we had some clients who were having some side gigs and they needed a smaller platform. So we were examining spreadsheet solutions, and I got this email talking about a new ledger format, which was going to give accountants a way to use QuickBooks, but not necessarily with the burden of signing the client up for QuickBooks, and it just came at the right time, and we went for it. So these clients that we use for ledgers are our annual clients, the ones that typically only come to us once a year, and they don't come to us in a consistent format. They have their own spreadsheets, their own ways of doing things, and we were trying to modify their spreadsheet to fit our needs. So we were not consistent in terms of how things looked and felt, and by using Ledger, we were able to take their stuff and put it in a format that my team was already familiar with, which streamlined the process and made the one-off clients easier to manage. So the clients we have on Ledger, we now have the capability of asking the regular bookkeeping team to help out because it's the same format that they already use. They're using Ledger. They use QuickBooks already, so using Ledger doesn't change what they need to do. So from that perspective, it's very much the same. We give them the documents, they go in quickly, do what they need to do, reconcile, and so forth. So when we start the year end, we're starting in the same place as we would our regular bookkeeping clients. So it's allowed us to spread the work out amongst a bigger team and to simplify what we're doing so that it's consistent with what we're doing everywhere else. QuickBooks Ledger is basically a smaller version of QuickBooks. So things like the bank feed, the reconciliations, the ability to upload spreadsheets and bank information from outside sources into QuickBooks works the exact same way as it does in the other QuickBooks platforms. So from that perspective, when a client comes to us with a spreadsheet, we're able to take their information, format it into a way that QuickBooks can read it, load it into QuickBooks, and now we can start as if we had always managed their product. In that sense, it's really made things simple. We've got all the same reports, so we can produce the same thing. We've got the work papers that feed into ProTax. All of that functions the same, which just means that the clients don't stand out as different anymore, and we can just manage them as if they were any of our QuickBooks clients. It's really simplified how we approach these clients. So it's just QuickBooks. In that sense, it's the exact same thing. So when we have a one-off client, traditionally in my firm, we would not have involved some of the bookkeepers because maybe the spreadsheet skills weren't there, or maybe it was just a little bit too complex to involve them. Now we can take a step back and say, hey, use it in QuickBooks. So it's provided an opportunity for my bookkeeping team to enhance what they do, because instead of just working on their own regular clients, now they get clients from time to time, once a year. So from their perspective on how to use the software, it's the exact same thing. There was no training. From their perspective of being able to do different work or slightly different work, it's really enhanced their experience. So what's really great about Ledger is when you're done the year end, you run the reports just like you would have any of the other QuickBooks clients, and you present your results. Well, now the results look slicker. It's not just a spreadsheet that I've thrown together. It looks like a professional QuickBooks report. That's led us to great conversations with clients about, wow, this looks better this year. What's different? And you let them know that now we're using a version of QuickBooks, and by the way, this is how it can benefit you. So it not only gives them a more professional look, but it gives them some insight as to what QuickBooks can potentially bring to their business, which then gives us the opening to talk about a more longer-term relationship with other QuickBooks software if that's what we decide to do. QuickBooks Online has been a positive experience for our clients because it is easy to use. When you go into the software, Yes, it's an accounting software, but it's using language that is business language. So you don't need to understand whether you're doing a debit or a credit. You just need to know that I need to create an invoice, that I need to do this transaction. I know that I work with the bank. And so when I want to look at things related to my bank, I go to the bank section of QuickBooks. From that perspective, it's been very user-friendly. From our perspective as a firm, we only use QuickBooks Online. We did that so that we would become masters in it. So what we provide is that way to simplify what they're doing, to give them really powerful reports, and to be consistent year over year over year so they can really watch how their business grows. There's lots of good trend reports and so forth, and those things help the clients really understand their business. So once we present the year end and we give them the reports, I found that clients are really taken aback at how good and professional it looks. So it opens up that conversation to say, we used QuickBooks Online for this and we used a pared down version. Imagine what we could do if we used one of the higher grades. So it gives us the opportunity to talk about the potential of the product. So a client who comes in and thinks that they're perhaps just a once-a-year client and they're happy with their spreadsheet, we've had experience where they're not as happy with their spreadsheet once they can see what we can do.